Nathan, Hyundai has finally arrived with the 2015 Hyundai Genesis. I mean, this car is stuffed full of value. It has a load sorted suspension. I mean, this is a car that you'd be stupid not to buy, but
here's a funny question for you. You see, a lot of the people out there who buy cars like this tend to go more expensive, and what we normally do is say, is it worth it? A little bit different here, because would you be willing to buy it? That's the question, and you're going to find out next.
the last Genesis, let's face it, was a great car, but it was a little bit frumpy. It had that old man vibe, which is never good when you're trying to sell cars to even old men. But this car, look at the front end. It's powerful, it's masculine, and yet it's elegant. The only issue with this is this badge right here, because while it says Genesis, it doesn't say BMW or Lexus or Mercedes. So even with a Genesis badge, would you buy it?
What you're looking at here is the base engine, which isn't so bad because it's a 311 horsepower 3.8 liter V6 that puts out 293 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission, taking all the power to the rear wheels. Hallelujah. Now, if you really want more power, there is a V8 that's available, and brand new, all-wheel drive is available as well. That puts it in the leagues of Lexus and Audi. That's pretty impressive. Okay, I'm a little disappointed. A BMW 6-cylinder engine would certainly sound a lot better than this. But you know, this car isn't built for that, so I'll let it lie.
The cool thing about this car, in my opinion at least, is that it's rear-wheel drive, which is, you know, the way God intended cars to be driven. You steer with the front wheels and you push with the back.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's something about the way this rides that imparts that feel. So when I'm going through a corner, granted, this is not a sports car, furthest thing from it. But when I push and going around that corner, you kind of get the feeling that it's being urged on rather than pulled through.
Yeah. So what do you think of the driving experience? How does it handle?
It's a little squishy.
It's a little squishy.
Yeah.
And try this paddle shifter, see what it's like.
These are tiny paddle shifters.
Let the Hyundai Genesis fly, man. Yeah, there you go.
It's shifting me before redline. I got up to 6,000 RPM and it wouldn't let me go past it. And redline is 6,500 RPM.
The interior of the Genesis is Lexus-like, and that is a compliment because Lexus does some of the most elegant, some of the most stylish, some of the most expensive interiors in the car biz. Everything you touch is soft, everywhere you look is pleasing to the eye, and it is just stuffed full of electronics. Heads-up display, blindside monitoring, cross-traffic alert, you name it, this car has it, all for $50,000.
I am not trying to sell this car for Hyundai. I'm not trying to sell any car for Hyundai because, frankly speaking, Hyundai makes us work for it in many ways. We haven't even gone to a press event for one of these things, but damn it, this is one of the most comfortable rear seats I've been in, period.
Yeah, no, it's like sitting in a giant pillow. I mean, it's that comfortable.
Really nice, and there's no extra amenities. I mean, these don't recline or anything like that.
Hey, look at this.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
luxury.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but the point is, I mean, my tush feels absolutely amazed. I feel like I'm pampered. I got great leg room. Headroom is pretty good. Damn it.
But would you buy it?
It took me a while, but I found two issues with the interior as I'm driving. Figured these things out. One, a lot of little buttons over here on the left side of the steering wheel.
Hard to see.
Yeah, hard to see, hard to actuate.
It's kind of ironic because those are all your safety buttons, right?
I know, it's like, yeah, there's the gas tank and everything else, but also traction controls over there as well.
And like your lane keep, so if you want to turn on the safety part, you can't see it.
Highly recommend you stop and then look over there, then push the button you need. And there's one other issue.
Yeah.
And it's just a little something, but it bugs me because the steering wheel is so fantastic, but where the horn button is, this is super hard, cheap plastic compared to everything else in the car, which feels like it's seriously way up there. So it's just a minor thing.
Actually, there's a much bigger thing. Let me show them. It's right here.
Show me.
It's has to do with the temperature control.
Oh, yeah, dude, check this out, guys. Okay, do you notice this and this are the same size and they're really close to each other? So if I want to turn up Van Halen, which Roman loves, all of a sudden I'm turning up the heat and we're getting like blistered. Because they're same size and basically same location.
So basically every time you go to turn down the radio, you freeze. Every time you go to turn up the volume, you get blasted
heat.
Yeah, that's not ergonomically well thought out. And you know what? It's so annoying that what you have to do is program yourself to use the steering wheel control.
Yeah, and just don't even bother with it. And it's a shame because I really do like having dials for radio controls, but in this case, they need to make one larger or move them all together.
You know, Nathan, the issue here is it's a $50,000+ car, but you're buying it next to cars that cost a lot less at the Hyundai dealership. So yeah, it does have a Genesis badge, but it's sold through a Hyundai dealership, and people are going to have issues with that.
Oh yeah. And you know, ask yourself, what else can you buy for $50,000?
3 Series.
3 Series, absolutely. You can get a really nice 3 Series, but that is a smaller car built more for performance than luxury. This is a larger luxury car. So at the end of the day, what you're looking at is something that's, well, frankly, like a Buick. And Buick does not
near
offer
luxury.
Near luxury, or I don't even get luxury, but inexpensive luxury. And I would say that with Buick, there are no rear drive cars that they sell currently, so this would be a really good alternative.
Yeah, I mean, the people who buy these cars are smart.
Yes.
Right? Because they're getting a lot of value and they're not, getting a lot of depreciation.
Absolutely. Some of the richest people I know tend to buy like really nice Buicks because they want to save money yet have a very comfortable ride.
And that's why they're rich.
Exactly. And this car would sit right in that same territory.
So if you can get past the badge, and you can get past the the Hyundai on the back, this is a hell of a nice car.
It is a hell of a nice car.
So Nathan, on the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, what would you give it? And I think I know the answer.
Lease it.
All right, that wasn't what I was expecting.
Okay, then there's a quick reason why, and that's because when you go to a Hyundai dealership, this is there, but it's next to an Accent and a Veloster. It doesn't have its own brand identity. It is a Hyundai at the end of the day, and a lot of people have a problem with that. Now, on the other hand, of course, it's a very good car for a very little amount of money in terms of whatever bracket it lives in, but
it's a good point.
Yeah, and it's still a Hyundai.
When people buy a BMW, they buy performance.
Yes.
When they buy a Lexus, they're buying perfection or whatever Lexus, right?
Yeah.
When you're buying a Hyundai, you're buying value, but at $50,000, that's not such a selling point to a lot of people. You want that Lexus badge, and you don't want, well, whatever that is.
It's kind of Chrysler-looking thing, isn't it?
But having said that, on the TFL scale, I'm going to give it a buy it. And the question is, would you buy it? As always, this is Roman.
And Nathan.
Saying thanks for watching, and check out TFL for everyday
reviews.
No, real world reviews.
That's right, that's our new mantra.
Ciao. You know, Nathan, this whole area was just devastated by the flood. So our usual roads, which were just fabulous, are now half dirt and half paved just because of all the flooding.
Yeah, what they've been doing is they've been picking up the destroyed, sorry, it's the old lady with the walker in the middle of nowhere.
I know.
just in the middle of the night.
I know.